Hey, good afternoon, folks. This is Bryan with Survival on Purpose, and it's a nice, dreary, drizzly day here in Georgia a few days after Christmas. Temperature is okay. It's probably in the mid-40s, and I wanted to make a short video today to tell you about a contest I'm going to be having and a little bit about what's coming up on the channel. So first of all, we'll talk about the contest. I am going to be giving away a brand new Smith's Pocket Pal knife sharpener, and still in the package. This thing is just not, obviously it's not a huge, gigantic, high dollar item. I paid 10 bucks for this at my local Academy Sports. So, but I'm going to be giving this away when I get to 100 subscribers, and at the time of this video I'm at like 40. And honestly, probably 4 or 5 of those are my family, so they don't count really. But they'll count towards the 100. They're just not going to count towards the contest. So the way it's going to work is, you got to be a subscriber to win. I think that's only fair. If you want to be in the contest, you got to leave a comment on this video. That's all. Just comment and say, hey, how you doing? Whatever. I subscribed. When I get to 100 subscribers, it doesn't matter if I've got 1 comment or 10 comments. When I reach 100 subscribers, I'm going to just pull every subscriber out in a list, number them for however many it is, if it's 100, if it's 10, if it's 500. I'm going to pull up a random number generator on the internet, and I'm going to pick a number between 1 and however many they are. So if there's 37 people that leave a comment, then I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 37. Whatever number it is, we'll go to the number on the list that I have already made, and that subscriber will win this. And I will mail it anywhere in the United States or to Canada or wherever. It's brand new. It's not going to be open. You're going to receive this exact one right here. And if you've never seen one before, I'll show you what it is. It's really cool. I put the lanyard on mine just so I wouldn't lose it. But it's got a carbide. Let's see if we can focus on this. Okay, so it's got a carbide blade here for if you have a really rough edge and needs to be cleaned up. That will really take more metal off, and it will really put a pretty rough edge on one pretty quickly, and then actually a pretty good edge. And then when you go to the fine sharpening, you go to ceramic here and pull it through that a few times, and it'll really clean up the edge and make it really, really sharp. In addition, what I like about this is it's got this little diamond taper on it. If you've got a serrated edge knife, which some people like them, some people don't. I've got some of both kinds. This is about the best thing I've found to sharpen the serrations. It works really well. It lets you get into different size serrations based on the taper of this thing. And I saw another guy said it's also pretty cool for just picking, actually for untying knots. When I bought my Pathfinder trade knife, I wrote the owner of Habitus Bush Tools and asked him what's the best thing to use to sharpen his knife in the field. And he recommended, this is what he recommended, he said that the angle of the ceramic and the carbide is correct. I think it's like 22 degrees or something like that. And he actually mentioned that you could use this little thing here for untying knots. It's also really good for serration. So anyway, that is the Smith's Pocket Pal. That's a really handy little tool to have. It's nothing super expensive, but it's going to be given away to 1 lucky subscriber when I reach 100 subscribers. So tell everybody you know to subscribe to my channel. It's kind of an incentive to up my subscriber base. And as we go on, I plan to have larger contests as we hit larger numbers. But for 100, I think this is pretty fair and just getting started out. Maybe one of these days I'll be one of these guys that have a lot of companies sending them things, and I can give away some really cool stuff. But that's where we're at right now, Smith's Pocket Pal, for a 100 subscriber contest. And again, the way it's going to work, so there's no misunderstanding, I'll put this in the description also. You got to be a subscriber, and you got to leave a comment on this video. When I reach 100, whether it's a week, 2 weeks, or 6 months, or what, hopefully it's not 6 months, but if it is, then I will list out every subscriber, every person subscriber that left a comment, and we'll just pick one of those based on a random number generator. So, pretty simple. I decided not to try to do a Facebook contest or anything because I don't have a Facebook page yet. I'm still getting started working on that, and I'm not the most familiar with Facebook or any of those other things. I'm working on a website, working on a Facebook page, working on a couple other things. So right now it's just going to be a very simple YouTube comment contest. Make sure that your subscribers are set so that your subscribers can be seen. Otherwise, I won't be able to tell that you're a subscriber to my channel. So that's the contest again for 100 subscribers. I've talked enough about that, I think. I want to very briefly go over a couple things that I've got in my head to shoot some video series on. As I mentioned in a couple of videos, I've been working with the Boy Scouts for, gosh, a number of years. My oldest son's 27, and I've been involved. I was a scout when I was a kid up until I was 16 or 18. I had him when he was, so probably I had a 10-year period there, maybe 10 or 12-year period when I wasn't really actively involved in the Boy Scouts. And after he became about 10 years old, 9 or 10 years old, I got back involved with him, and I have been, except for maybe a year or two, constantly since then. So the reason I bring that up is I've spent a lot of time working with young scouts and kids that are just getting started in Boy Scouts. And I found out some of the things that I take for granted as far as outdoor skills and camping knowledge and just general basic camping stuff. I take that stuff for granted because I've been doing it all my life, but there are a lot of people I'm realizing that don't know anything about it. They've never been camping. They don't know what to do about what kind of tent to buy, what do they need to take with them the first time. I get asked a lot of questions from some of the parents of the younger scouts who've just never had an opportunity to go camping. As we become an increasingly urban society, there seems like there are more and more folks who've never really been out in the woods other than just to drive through them. So, that being said, I thought it would be a good idea maybe to do a basic outdoor series, basic camping series. And I'm going to go over some things like what kind of gear do you need to take? What's the basics you need to take? You know, how do you find a spot? How do you pick a good campsite? You know, what about sleeping bags? What kind of sleeping bags, pluses and minuses of different kinds? I've got several different kinds we can go over. What about tents? You know, what do you need to look for in a tent? What do you need to stay away from? What are the advantages and disadvantages of some kinds of tents? Cooking gear, stoves, knives, tarps, and then some basic camping skills that everybody probably needs to know. That'll be probably an extended series, but over time. But I thought, I started out the channel with a lot of gear review because I had a lot of gear, or some gear that I guess have acquired over the years. And I'm still going to be doing some gear reviews. Going to be doing some basic Boy Scout skill stuff. We'll be doing some basic outdoor skill stuff. And as I learn more, I'm constantly trying to learn. As I learn new stuff, I'm going to be bringing that into the channel also. And finally, as you leave comments and make requests for what you'd like to see, then I'm going to do my best to see if I can make a video, and if I don't know it, we'll learn it together. I want to make sure this channel is what you want to see, and I hope it can be very helpful to you. So with that being said, one more time, let me remind you about the contest. 100 subscriber contest, Smith's Pocket Pal. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below this video, and you'll be entered in the contest automatically. As soon as I reach 100 subscribers, we'll pick one out and somebody's going to get this. So I appreciate your watching. Thanks for your comments, your views. Click a little thumbs up thing, that'd be great. It makes me feel good when I see those. And most of all, thanks for subscribing. If you know anybody that you think might be interested in this channel, shoot them an email, send them a link, let them subscribe. It'd be great. They can be in the contest too. And once again, this is Bryan with Survival on Purpose. Thanks for watching. Remember, survival is not an accident. See you next time.